man's best friend, but with godlike power. A being, stated by Superman, that's from the same place he is. He is more than biologically similar. Him and Superman share a heritage. There's no one else on Earth who knows what it's like to be Kryptonian like him, Krypto. There's some absurdly mighty Kryptonians throughout the DC universe. You guys already know that, right? But what if I told you there's also Kryptonian tier dogs? A dog that has heat vision, energy projection. He has very precise control over his heat vision to the point where even Superman said, wow, nice precision. Just like Superman, everything about Krypto is super, even yelling ridiculously loud. That beings on every corner of the planet can hear it. You can argue this is the one thing he can do better than Superman because you know how in dogs, real life dogs can smell better than real life humans and such. You could argue since he's a Kryptonian dog, he can smell better than Superman with his super sense smelling. Krypto's able to track beings just from the smell of their sneakers. He can even smell specific kinds of blood. Like, how does that work? Like, different smells? You can tell the difference between different smells of blood? Like, Krypto's got precise senses when it comes to super smelling. Because when he was trying to find certain beings, even when they wasn't there anymore, you can tell he was right on their trail. And that he wasn't all that wrong to think that they was there. Of course, just like Kryptonians, Krypto's super hearing is also magnified like beyond belief. He can hear stuff from very far away, can obviously fly, X-ray vision. This could be an intelligence feat. This could be a super senses feat, but Krypto is on to Batman when Batman's trying to be stealthy. He's a dog powered by the yellow sun. So technically he has the same weaknesses as other Kryptonians like freaking kryptonite. The benefit is that he also has the same regenerative healing factor like other Kryptonians, and sunlight will actually give him his power and heal him up. I mean, if you had a dog, you know dogs are pretty smart. Even Superman agrees that Krypto is pretty freaking smart. And Krypto can be pretty feisty. Let's get into it on how strong he is. Since Krypto is a dog-type Kryptonian, he doesn't have the same kind of limbs as mere humans have or usual characters I usually analyze have. Like, you're not going to see him ball up his fist and punch beings like how we do usually, but he would like headbutt, bite. Oh, yeah, bite. He's the jack of Kryptonians. I mean, what do you expect? He's a dog. He has to be able to lift you up with something. Like, look at his biting power, like lifting up this big log, for example. I mean, we've legit seen him lift up heavy stuff like other Kryptonians, like the normal stuff. I know a dog lifting over 10 tons sounds insane. Hey, he's a Kryptonian dog. This is obviously just scratching the surface if you know anything about Kryptonians and if you've been on this channel long enough, because we've kind of seen Krypto in comparison to other Kryptonian tier beings like Superboy, for example. Black Lantern Superboy, we see him have the strength to kind of keep him down or pin him. You guys can debate who you think is stronger in the comments below. I'm not really here for that. I'm just here to let you know he's somewhere in the ballpark with other top tier Kryptonians, like one of the many Kryptonians like Supergirl. I mean, for example, she's considered one of the stronger Kryptonian N-type beings. You can kind of see some discomfort trying to hold Krypto in place because he's so strong. No matter which continuity, when we're talking about comparing Lobo to Superman, Kryptonian tiers, blah, blah, freaking blah. It doesn't really matter if it's Rebirth, Post-Crisis, New 52. It don't really matter. Pre-Crisis, it don't really matter. Supergirl or Kryptonian tier beings that are similar to Supergirl have the raw power to arm wrestle beings like Lobo and like little fun contests of strength. Lobo's muscles clashing with Kryptonians is a normal occurrence. Just to give you a quick understanding of the kind of power we're talking about here, we're talking about beings like Lobo can literally pull beings that literally stated to have stellar mass. When you go on websites that tell you about what is the definition of stellar mass, they literally break it down verbatim. It is talking about the sun's mass, implying like on this situation, just because Lobo lacked leverage didn't mean he couldn't pull it. Lacking leverage and everything, he was able to pull things that have stellar mass. Lobo simply says, I don't do logical. So yeah, he's that strong. And you guys already know where this is going. Since Krypto's in similar ballpark with other Kryptonians like Supergirl, you know the sun makes Earth look ridiculously small. A dog that can support the weight of an entire planet on his back is just given at this point. Or a dog with the strength to literally support stellar mass on his back, like the other Kryptonians or Lobo tiers, you know. No wonder with this kind of strength, we see him hit ridiculously hard. When you got all this strength, it only makes sense for him to be able to hit hard in every kind of way, messing up an army of parademons and crap. I mean, every Superman-centric lore type strong being you see him interact with, there's implications he's an helpful aid, like Brainiac, for example, a Superman foe that's consistent. Occasions like this imply he can affect Superboy or Kryptonian tiers by smashing this in his face. Not really too much happening here, just they're playing fetch and crap. We've even seen Krypto prove his power and strength via biting power. He bites off the arm of Black Lantern Lois Lane. Bite damages the Eradicator. His biting power is shown to actually be able to damage other Kryptonian tiers. You know, this being powerful being known as Mongol that's super durable. Krypto's biting power was able to bite this being known as Mongol, like in the neck area, to the point where he actually was a threat to Mongol's life. They even highlight a dog with all that power. You may think this is nothing, but when Mongo's power level is brought up, they bring up characters in a similar class, and he's compared to the same class of beings like Darkseid. Like when they was comparing power, they literally compared Mongol to beings like Darkseid, a Darkseid avatar, of course. It was even narrated in this particular situation that in order to take down this certain class foe would take Superman level beings or Green Lantern Corps to bring them down. It takes this much effort to take down Mongol tiers, and we see literally Krypto biting and hurting them and lethally. Krypto's blast power laser vision can hurt these beings real bad, and he can straight up headbutt these beings. There's like more than one occasion of Krypto threatening the life of Superman threatening type of beings. With Superman literally having to tell Krypto, no one dies, like aka he could have killed these certain threats. We've even seen him bite the mess out of beings. There's this very strong being that's Kryptonian-esque or centric, this being known as Atlas, for example. Not the myth being that you're used to from, you know how DC incorporates Greek mythology into their stuff. Like, no, not that same Atlas, even though this Atlas that Krypto's biting looks similar to the same Atlas that holds up the heaven and stuff. This is not apparently not that same Atlas, apparently in DC. Yeah, there's different Atlases that look the same in DC that are not the same guy. Yeah, I know. Regardless of it, this guy's a powerhouse still, and Krypto's able to bite this being and make him bleed with his biting power. Whether it's biting or his strikes, you see the cut. This goes for Krypto's durability. He can withstand hits from these titan strong beings. He is a threat. His barks seem to have raw pressure behind it to where he can bark this guy into the ground. Parasite. Krypto literally soloed all these beings, super beings by himself. One of these beings was King Shark. I'm not saying he's all the way equal to Kryptonians, but King Shark has given Kryptonians issues though, even being hit in the face by blasts from Kryptonian tears. There's also some implications that King Shark's hits have weight behind them, same with his bites and stuff, like he can hit Kryptonians and can feel it. So yeah, King Shark's not a weakling. For Krypto to beat this guy, it lets you know Krypto's not a lightweight Kryptonian tier by any stretch of the imagination. King Shark's the type of guy we've seen actually give Aquaman issues, and Krypto solo a whole bunch of villains and King Shark. There's no way you've made it this far in the video and don't believe Krypto can destroy planets by now. He can destroy planets and suns with his raw power. Rather, if he just wants to ram into you just by flying into you or just biting with enough force to damage beings that can survive suns exploding in their face and stuff. If you don't believe this somehow by now in this video, not only did Krypto beat up beings that can kind of cause discomfort to the main Superman, and we know Superman can survive stuff way scarier than supernova explosions, supernovas times 50 and stuff. Not to mention Kryptonians pulling planets. Superman himself can do this. Other powerhouses of the Justice League can do this, like White Martians. This is just a standard thing. Like you see Martian Manhunter, you know he has like White Martian counterparts that are strong too. We've literally seen Krypto take on multiple White Martians on his own. Like, let this sink in. Krypto's biting power or striking power proves he's up there with the heavier hitters of the league. I mean, we literally see how powerful White Martians are doing this to powerhouses like Wonder Woman, Flash tiers, Green Lantern tiers. I mean, we shouldn't even have to get on how durable Green Lanterns, especially Green Lanterns like Kyle Rayner are, like how durable they are, for example. With their shields can contain supernova explosions, aka stars. Like Kyle Rayner, for example, can do this. And there's even moments where there's beings that are containing energy taken from the destruction of entire galaxies, multiple galaxy levels of energy or destructive type power. We've seen Green Lanterns, like in this particular situation, Kyle Rayner, we've seen these beings like this contain things that can level multiple galaxies, containing that kind of energy, that kind of stuff. I'm purposely giving you a perspective on what Krypto has to compete against in DC powerhouse hierarchies. Not only being able to hit hard enough to affect beings that can withstand supernova explosions or star-shattering type stuff, but he's able to damage beings that has to withstand galaxy-shattering type of energies, multiple galaxies getting wiped out, destructive type energies like Green Lanterns and stuff. Like Kyle Rayner, he has to damage these kind of beings that are able to do significant damage to Green Lantern tiers. He's biting them and hurting them. Right here, for example. So he's not just using heat vision, like his bites actually affect these beings. Beings that are durable enough to withstand being hit by Kryptonian tiers. We see Krypto bite and cause these beings discomfort. I see blood. There's like these super robots, Superman robot type things. We see Krypto literally bite up. These super bots are no joke. So yeah, look at these visuals. Yeah, these super bots we see Krypto bite up are no laughing matter. That's why it's impressive for Krypto to be able to bite these kind of things up. Like literally all the powerhouse Martian Manhunter and them are having issues with these bots. But if all of this is not enough for his power and is not enough to convince you, even though he can rip through Kryptonian armor, if this is not enough, what if I told you his biting power is enough to do damage against super strong beings like Superboy Prime? Blood. I'm not saying he's exactly equal to Superboy Prime, but I'm just saying like For you to damage him, that's still impressive, like, considering what this dude can endure. This is a consistent thing. You see him bite his armor here. I repeat, I'm not trying to imply he's equal to Superboy Prime in overall raw power, because Superboy Prime's kind of crazy. But the fact that you see blood from his bites lets you know he's not too far off. Even though he's quite a bit far off, but he's not like 5 billion times weaker. You know what I mean? He might be like 10 times weaker or something. You know what I mean? It's weird. Might be 5 times weaker. You know, it's hard to put an actual number on it, but the fact that we can pierce him is crazy. Considering Superboy Prime literally states, and it's not really nothing contradicting it, he states that he would survive a literal Big Bang. He will survive the restart of everything. Superboy's biting power or teeth is strong enough to bite a being that can survive a new Big Bang. Even though I'm not saying he's as strong as Superboy Prime, I want to make that clear. He still was able to pierce him somehow with his biting power, even though there's a gap between Superboy Prime and Krypto, of course. Plus, you got to keep in mind that Krypto's a good boy, so most of the time when we see him fighting, he actually holds back, because that's why you can play catch with him without him breaking the objects he's playing catch with. The fact that he got hit by somebody that is strong enough to endure Big Bangs, he can bite and damage this being, and he can withstand a kick from this same being without dying, lets you know how durable Krypto is. On top of him having the kind of strength or biting power that can hurt beings that can withstand Big Bangs and stuff, him being able to literally headbutt the strongest beings and make them feel it. Despite him having all this universe-shaking type of striking power or whatever you want to call it, he's very fast. And part of the reason why he can hit hard could be partly because of raw speed. Because, you know, speed is weight, right? The more speed something or someone rams at you, it's going to make the attack hurt worse, right? Well, he's constantly able to keep up with Superboy in raw speed. There's even times where he reaches drowning beings first before Superboy. You can literally play fetch, throw the ball miles away, and Krypto would fetch the ball real fast and bring it back to you. Superman even says or remarks on how fast he is. It's one of those panels, they don't necessarily tell us how fast these events happening, but there's implications that these events are not happening really slow. Flying from the bottom of the ocean to the surface, all the way dang near to outer space like this, and just traveling all over the place real quick. Seemingly in no time. That's just raw speed. You're an official fast speedster-like character when Kryptonian level beings that see the world in frozen time basically and can react to speedsters and stuff, like Superboy, somebody that's not slow when it comes to reflexes. Even Superboy for a second said, "Where'd Krypto go?" So it lets you know he's not slow. We know he's not slow when he literally gets in a race with Superboy and Flash, Kid Flash. It was a race of them zigzagging across the globe a number of times. While they're literally having a race, they're stopping bank robbers, villains, and stuff. Speed. Krypto, Flash, and Superboy even stop at the pyramids to relax for a second or two, but then they continue. Krypto's right there with them, and just because he's Kid Flash, everybody, doesn't mean he's not faster than the speed of light. Because even at Kid Flash level, when he was weaker days, as a kid, Kid Flash can run around the world 7 times in a second. That's the speed of light. And throughout this whole race, we see Krypto keep up with them in raw speed, implying, narratively speaking, he has to be somewhere in their ballpark of speed and, you know, just in general. So yeah, Krypto's way faster than light, duh, right? Most Kryptonians are so many times faster than the speed of light, and we see Krypto playing fetch with Frisbee, with Green Lantern and Superman in space, knowing how wide and vast space is. Looks like he's throwing the Frisbee light years and crap, and Krypto's just going flying to it and catching it in no time. Do you think Krypto is the strongest dog in the universe? I want to hear your thoughts below. Who do you think is the strongest Kryptonian other than Superman? Like, share, subscribe for me. Thanks for the donations, y'all. Respect Krypto. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.